Hi, everyone. Peter Salemi here. And I just want to give you a quick message. First of all, I hope everybody's having a wonderful Feast of Tabernacles. It's happening, of course, this week. And of course, it'll end sunset Sunday to sunset Monday. And I hope everybody's having a wonderful feast, a time for celebration, a time of the celebration of the kingdom of God that's going to come on this earth very, very soon when Jesus Christ comes again. And that's what the purpose of the whole feast is, not to mention also the tabernacle, which is actually God instructed Israel to build tabernacles, temporary domiciles. And that is actually, when you look at the the New Testament rather, the tabernacles that they built in Israel was actually a symbol of this body as a temporary domicile, a temporary tabernacle, that we are tabernacling in this life till eventually we are going to go into our permanent home in the kingdom of God in our permanent resurrected spirit bodies. So that's all, all symbolism of the Feast of Tabernacles. And I did a sermon on that a couple of years ago, which I'm putting up videos slowly but surely on the new channel. And eventually I'll get to that video and I'll put it up for people who want to study the Feast of Tabernacles. But we also have literature on our website if you want to check that out. Check out our literature that we have on the Feast of Tabernacles on our website, britishisrael.ca. So I just wanted to say that. And I also wanted to share with you something I got in the mail yesterday, and I just picked it up today before I came to the office. Interesting, 2 envelopes from Abilene, Texas. I don't know who sent them to me. I have kind of an idea of who sent them to me, but I'm not going to speculate. And it's 3 sheets of paper that I wanted to share with you and show you here. All right. The first sheet of paper says this: Satan's favorite man of extreme moral turpitude, worse than Adolf Hitler. Of course, he's talking about Donald Trump. Worse than Adolf Hitler? Adolf Hitler, because of him, 50 million people lost their lives. He wanted to exterminate a whole race of people called the Jews, killed 6 million of them in the Holocaust. And this guy is trying to convince me that Donald Trump is worse than Adolf Hitler. Anyways, he says he's worse than Adolf Hitler. Then he says, one of the many pastors who is lying to protect the man of sin, the Antichrist. I guess this person feels that Donald Trump is the Antichrist. Now, I've gone through with you what the Antichrist actually means in the Bible. In the letters of John, I showed you that it actually means, it's a general title, like saying Christian, like a bunch of these people are Christian. That's what the word Antichrist means. You could say these bunch of people are Antichrist. The Apostle John said there are many Antichrists out there, and those are people who deny the Father and the Son, the very family of God. And I proved to you in that video, and when I find that video, I'll put it up on the website. But anyways, he actually, thinks that the Antichrist is some, world dictator, like all the Protestant people believe, some world dictator going to take over the world and persecute Christians. And I guess this person thinks that Donald Trump is that person. Well, anyways, look what he put here. He says, one of the many pastors who is lying to protect the man of sin, Antichrist, and he's got my picture there. So I guess he thinks that I am one of those pastors that is for Donald Trump, who is the Antichrist. And here, take a look at this. Satan's favorite pastor. There you have it. Peter Salemi is Satan's favorite pastor. So I wanted to share that with you, telling you what kind of, just showing you sometimes I get this kind of mail. And most of the time it's good mail, but sometimes I get this kind of mail. And it's to be expected. As I showed you in the last Sabbath sermon that I did, Jesus Christ of Nazareth said this in Matthew the 10th chapter, verse 25. He says, it is enough for the disciple that he be like his teacher, saying to his disciples that you are going to be like your teacher on how you're going to be treated. And the servant like his Lord, if they have called the master of the house, that's Jesus Christ, Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household, the household of God, which is, of course, the church of God. And, of course, Beelzebub, when you look at Matthew, the 12th chapter, verse 25 and 26, Matthew 12, 25 and 26, Beelzebub, of course, is Satan, the devil. And I went through with you the last Sabbath sermon talking about persecution of the church, and that we are expected for these things to happen. If they call Jesus Christ Satan, what do you think they're going to call you? Look at that. Fulfillment of prophecy. Jesus Christ was right. Look at that. Satan's favorite pastor. So expect this to happen. These things are going to happen to the church of God. It's expected. I am not surprised. And I just wanted to share with you that the church of God goes through these things because the world hates the truth, as Jesus Christ of Nazareth plainly said to us in John the 17th chapter, that we are not of the world, and if we are of the world would love its own, but because we're not of the world hates you. And this is what you should expect from the world. So I just wanted to share with you my mail. I found it interesting. I have an idea who sent it to me, but I'm not going to speculate, but I have an idea. And it's interesting how a lot of these people that don't like what I say, I noticed when I started this new channel, a lot of the people that don't like what I say are the very first ones who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, my new YouTube channel. Isn't that interesting? They don't like what I say, yet they're the first ones to subscribe and send me mail like this. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you all for joining me on today's live stream. I hope you enjoy the rest of this week of the Feast of Tabernacles and, of course, this wonderful Sabbath day that God has given us today. Thank you for joining me on today's live stream. And friends and brethren, have yourself a blessed day.